Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will bring you my reviews of the Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Legion Class, Springload, Groundbuster, and Fix-It. And with Springload being part of the Combiner Force subtitle. But yeah, so what we have here are 3 Legion Class figures from the Robots in Disguise toy line. And like I said, Springload being the only one that's from the Combiner Force one, which is just the later half, which is just the subtitle that they added for like the last couple of waves for the Robots in Disguise toy line. Obviously the new Robots in Disguise toy lines, or the new RID. So here you have them. First off, here's a Springload. Very tiny, and yes, you can see his froggy face in the back there. But that aside, this is a very nice little truck mode, and it can roll. Not all that well, but it can do that. It's got functional wheels, so it can roll. Then we have here is a Groundbuster. In his excavator mode. Very nice, very accurate. Like, it's a very, very nice little, very neat, nice little figure. You can have the cab. You see the cab there. You can see the fist. Well, you know, you gotta cut corners a little bit with such small figures, but they're pretty impressive. And with articulation, there's a hinge there and another one here for the excavator, so you can actually, you know, pretend he's excavating. And he does have 4 little wheels here that do roll. So he kind of rolls. Not that well, but he can do it. And then last we have Fix-It in his, I honestly don't know what this is. I think this is sort of a drill unit thing. His drill mode. His driller mode. I think when I looked up what this was called, it's supposed to be kind of like a driller unit. Like it's got lights back here and everything. And the drills do turn. They do rotate, which is nice. And the wheels, and he's got 4 wheels that allow him to move. Not all that great. Oh. But he can do it. And yeah, I'm not too crazy about this alt mode, but you know, what can you do? It's a thing. I don't even think Fix-It was even had a transformation in the show. I honestly haven't seen some of the later seasons, but if I recall, Fix-It never really transformed into anything. So I guess when designing the figure, there's like, well, we gotta give him a transformation. So driller unit, there, done. Checks in the mail. Let's go. All right. So yeah. So with these 3 figures, I think their alt modes are pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the Legion class size, but I'm fairly impressed with the detail. Well, more or less with these 2, the detail in these vehicle modes. And this, I'm just glad they did something. Like, it's not that bad. This guy really shines in the robot mode. In fact, I think they all shine in their robot modes. Let's get on with transformation. So here is Springload. For transformation, it's very, very simple. All you gotta do is pop this up, pop it up, and no, before that's not yet. First, you gotta take this out, and then fold these in like so. Turn them out like so, and these are his hind legs, and then pull these back, and then these will. Pretty sure, oh no, they don't connect anywhere. Sure they should. Ah, whatever. You fold this back, and then close out the mouth. And here we have Springload in his, what did they call it in the show? Amphiboid, or amphiboid thing. It's a frog. Is his Robo Frog mode, which is kind of cool. Check out that head sculpt. Pretty detailed, pretty accurate to the show. Like, it's not that bad. Pretty good in such a tiny bot. In terms of articulation, the mouth opens and closes. He's got a hinge here, hinge there, and hinge here and in and out there, but that's, I think, more for transformation. And a hinge there. So he has some bits of articulation. It's just really neat. It's a really neat little sort of beast robot mode thing. Like, RID had this whole trend where most of the villains, most of the Decepticons were sort of had animal modes. It was weird. They weren't full-on beast modes, but their robot modes were animal-themed. Springload here being a frog. So let's get with a Groundbuster here. And for transformation, same thing. It's very simple. What was this? You fold this down like so. And then fold up. Then you pull this apart. Like so. And this you just... you just leave it there angled. Like so. Fold up the fist. Just the arms. And then bring out his very, very stocky legs. Stubby legs, honest. Yeah, they're stubby. And there he is. There is a Groundbuster with his scowl. He's got blue eyes, which is weird. Usually, well, no, I think they changed that after a while. Because usually with Transformers, if they got blue eyes, they're Autobots. But yeah, there've been many exceptions as the years passed. So, Turculation, he's got a ball joint at his stubby legs. Ball joint at the arm, and if you want, you have a hinge there. And for this one, you have ball joint here, and the same hinges for his excavator, his scoop, and his this, which now becomes his elbow with his excavator crane. And that's it. He doesn't have as much articulation, but still. And what's impressive is that it's fairly show accurate. And I think this is the only figure of Groundbuster that they made. Which is kind of sad, since these two tended to pop up a lot in the show, and Groundbuster was actually pretty big. He was a big guy. Well, he was an excavator, so he was a pretty big. I remember him fighting. Did he fight Grimlock? I think he did. Well, that aside, then we got on to Fix-It, and his transformation might be the easiest one of all. All you gotta do is separate this out, pull up the head, like so. And you come in here. Whoops. There we go. And you pull out his smiley face. Check out that smile. Yeah, that's a winning smile right there. And that's it. That's it. He can stand on his own. And he can roll, so he doesn't have actual legs. But they put these little spikes here, spurs there, so that he can stand. And in terms of articulation, I think he has the widest range of movement. Because he has a hinge there for his back. A waist swivel, ball joint in there, ball joint at the head. His face can move up and down if you really wanted to. He's got a ball joint at the neck, ball joint at each arm, and the drills can individually rotate, as well as wheels for legs. So yeah, that's Fix-It. Very nice. And he might be the most show accurate one that I've encountered out of the three of them. He's very show accurate, and not to mention, him being a Legion class actually makes him put some kind of to scale with the other deluxe class figures of the line. As you can tell, these guys are like sort of shrunken down versions of the characters, but Fix-It here I think is almost to scale, albeit he might be a little bit either bigger or smaller than he should be, but he's almost to scale with the rest of the deluxe class figures for the most part. So yeah. Overall, I think all three of them are really nice. If you really like Legion class figures and you like the RID show, I recommend them. They're pretty nice figures. The vehicle molds, minus him, because they just had to put something in there. The vehicle molds are pretty good. The transformations are really simple, like most Legion class figures. And the robot modes are nice. Really nice robot modes, especially with Fix-It. Since this is the sort of the highlight of the figure is getting them. And that's pretty much my review of these three. So this has been my review of the Transformers, RID, Legion class, Springload, Groundbuster, and Fix-It, with Springload obviously being in the Combiner Force line. And that's it with the review. I recommend them. I like them. Now, putting this back, that's not the end of the review though. For you see, I'm about to do something I haven't really done before. It's a first on this, I guess, channel, you could say. And that about a month ago, and I apologize for taking a month to respond to this, I got a request from one of my subscribers. Let me just pull them out. If this figure looks familiar, that's because I already did a review of this figure. And on this figure, I got a request from what I'm assuming is a subscriber, if not a viewer, by the name of Lego Mock Sajid, so shout out to him, who commented on my video of Power Surge Optimus here and said that he wanted me to do a size comparison with the Mini Optimus, as he put it. However, I don't know what he meant by Mini. I'm just gonna assume he meant the Legion class Optimus from Robots in Disguise, but I don't have that figure. In fact, the smallest Optimus I have is this one. The Commander class Optimus from Beast Hunters. So there you go, Lego Mock Sajid. Thank you very much for the subscription. If you're not subscribed, thank you very much for the view and for the request. Thanks. I'm glad that your participation really supporting this channel. Although this channel is more for funsies, thank you so much for your contribution to it. So yeah, this is my first request. Here you go. I also Lego Mock Sajid, if you're watching this, I do apologize for taking so long to doing it. I have no real excuse other than I was busy. But yeah, I don't think this is what you had in mind, but this is the best I could do. Here's the Deluxe Optimus from RID, and the smallest Optimus, so my Mini Optimus, is this one. There you go. And also on a side note, I might as well compare it with the other figures. Here is a Fix-It next to a Deluxe class figure from its own line. And yeah, it's fairly to scale. Now, but I think Fix-It, at least now that I see them side by side, I think Fix-It might be, at least with Optimus, I think he's about the right size since Optimus is taller than all of the other Autobots. So yeah, there you go, it's to scale. And let me just put these guys up front too. So put them back a little. So yeah. So once again, one more shout out to Lego Mock Sajid. Thank you very much for the subscription if you have it, for subscribing if you did, and definitely for the view, and definitely even more for the request. And yeah, that's it. So long everyone, and thank you once again. Just one final, because I honestly wasn't expecting a request. So like this, I just wasn't expecting a request. I think I was more blindsided by it, and that's why it took me so long to do it. But yeah, once again, Lego Mock Sajid, shout out to him, and thank you very much for the request. I'll accept any more, and I'll do them hopefully faster than what I did before. Once again, I apologize for taking a month, and I am now talking too much. Thank you very much, and peace out. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.